Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. I think that it's weird. As the year is like winding down and stuff, I'm just trying to like take stock of a lot of things, and you know, I had a conversation with a friend tonight that like he was he's been in the hospital for a little while. He's one of my friends from college and stuff, and it's just like, I'm glad that he's doing a bit better. I'm glad I got to talk to him because I had to call him after my first show tonight. And yeah, it's just like I'm a bit disappointed in myself that I like let so much time pass without calling. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you like life just happens. Like, people, you know, we're all doing our best and everything, but it, you know, yeah, it shouldn't take like me worrying about him to call him, you know? So I'm trying to like do that more. Like, I call people and I text people that I haven't talked to in a while, like a decent amount, I suppose. But yeah, sometimes something happens where it like is a jolt, and you're like, oh, I should really be appreciative that I have like all my people while I have them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's just, I don't know.
Fun start to our comedy podcast, but
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
no, I'm fucking with you. No, I get that. A thing I've really learned about myself in recent years is because, like, yeah, I'm bad at keeping up with people, but I also just realized I'm not great at like managing a giant group of friends. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and I think especially in comedy, you're expected to like make friends with all the comics and stuff like that. And I was never great at that in Chicago, and it would just be more of a point of stress than like actual joy to know a bunch of comics.
Yeah, but I think that you, as much as I don't like when comedy communities are very cliquey and stuff like that, I think that it's initially inherent that it's gonna be, because you're only gonna be able to go to so many birthday parties, remember so many like people's life events, you know?
Yeah. And you can only actually find so many of the comics you meet actually funny.
I suppose so. I mean, I feel like there's a thing where now
you can meet a lot of funny comics, but also like if you're at Mike's a lot, you're also gonna meet a lot of comics who aren't funny but are nice.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like,
happens.
and not saying like you only want to be friends with them because they're funny, but there is also like the like, yeah, but like I'm not gonna book you.
Sure.
You're funny and I like hanging out with you. But
yeah, I think that my thing is I've found that there are comics that I've become friends with or really admire or just really enjoy watching that even if their attention, I guess I could say their attention is not like solely focused on like craft of writing or like stage presence, whatever,
right,
but
yeah.
they're always like, there's always something, like, you know, those comics that are like made of X Factor. Like they're like up and down. They're like, I need to watch this person, and it might not be good.
It'll be interesting,
but it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like special.
Yeah.
Like, they're just those people that make your night special.
Yeah.
Especially if you're at an open mic or something, and then there's people who are like not necessarily trying to work on anything. They're also not necessarily trying to play to the other comics in the room. There's just something they have to get off their chest that's like chaos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, this is incredible.
Yeah, those are the good ones. Those are the good. And I want to be clear too. It's like, I mean, like, you may not be able to find everybody personally funny. Some might be very funny, but they're just not going to be what you find funny. So it's like, makes it hard to then like want to talk about their set or anything, you know, because I'm like, it's just like, it's not my thing, but you're doing something for somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you also cannot write necessarily, like, even if you're writing with another comic, you're only going to be able to be helpful with things that they would say. So
yeah,
it's like that also sort of can make people fall out of line with each other when it comes to a sort of meeting of the minds, because it's like, okay, you're going to do this crazy act out I would never do, like, or I like wordplay
Right.
way more than you like wordplay, or
Yeah.
whatever the thing is. And
Yeah,
so
or like, yeah.
that's kind of where I think a lot of it comes from.
Yeah, because there are some comics who like then get really like they want to give you a tag and then they're like really adamant about it of like, no, that's what fixes it. Use that. And it's like, well, I'm like, no, but that's funnier if you say it. If you did this joke, yes.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's like you and I give each other tags and like try to change jokes. So and like sometimes we take a note and sometimes we're like, that's just not how I know I give you stuff that like that's not what you would say.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm like, this is where my brain goes when you ask me about this joke. You know what I mean?
Sure. And then there's also something to be said for like like sometimes someone, the thing that I love about comedy and the thing I love about hanging out with comics though is that there's only so many ways you can see a thing as an individual, right? So even when you are trying to think of angles and look at things in a different way and open your mind, it's like, it's not even necessarily that someone else's mind is more open. It's just that they're coming at this thing from like the totally different side. Like if every joke was,
for sure,
that diamond, there are going to be people who are like 10 shades the other way that you're never going to hit. And watching people there's a friend of mine that has like such a fire bit that I would have never. And you know what's crazy about one of the beautiful things about watching someone just be incredibly funny is that I'm trying to think of how to put this. He was doing jokes that were things that I felt, but never things that I thought, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
I understand what you mean by that.
So
yeah.
he went on this like run. And when I tell you, it was epic. Like I'm not even gonna like do the jokes because I wouldn't do them justice. I'm literally just telling you, he had a take about Jackie Kennedy that I've never heard before. But had felt in life, but then was like, wow, this man is like as he's talking, it's like he was reading my mind from when I thought those things.
Yeah.
And so then you're
I do really want to know what your hot take on Jackie Kennedy is.
Well, it's just like the way that he was describing it, and this is not the joke, so I'm not like doing his joke or anything. But he, we were conversing after his set because I went up to him and I was like, dude, that was truly brilliant, everything. But, we were just talking about the fact that like Jackie Kennedy is like seen as this like icon of an icon of an icon, like just like really, really up there. And she like, I don't know, she was kind of average and I don't really know what was that great, but she had
right now I'm not reading any emails about Jackie Kennedy. Do not send me Jackie Kennedy emails because I feel the typing already.
But clearly there's something special about her because in her lifetime she bagged a president and a billionaire in the same lifetime. Like usually in life you only get one of those things, if either, right?
Right. Yeah.
It would be like if Barack died tonight and then Michelle was like, Elon looking cute. Like, it's like,
Jesus.
It's like, imagine that. You had a president and a billionaire in a lifetime. Mm-hmm. That's incredible.
Yeah. But, I can't think of her name fast enough, so I couldn't have a good joke about it. Fucking Trump's wife. I couldn't. I was like, she had both in one.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Why can't I think of her name right now?
That's very funny that you can't think of the former first lady's name.
Can you tell me what her name is, please? I can't
I'm not
think of it.
going to tell you.
Ivanka.
No.
Ivanka. Is that her? No, that's the
who
daughter.
he wishes it was.
I can't think of her name. I truly can't think of her. No, I was literally like about to fall asleep when you texted me that you were ready. So I was. I just had nothing to do. I was just waiting.
No,
I knew
it's
we were
fine.
going to record.
It's fine. I wow.
I know, and honestly, dude, I don't even have a guess right now.
Hey, you should
I
guess.
can't. I know, I did, and it was his daughter.
Yeah, but what do you think it is? Just
I
say some
literally,
names.
I can't even give you a letter right now.
Some names.
Sylvia, Sylvia Trump, Yentl. I gotta look it up. I don't.
No, don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up. The look Josh is giving me right now. I know, dude. I'm giving myself that look. I'm like, why can't I?
Wow. What?
I have somehow erased that name from my brain, and I don't know
Did
why.
she do something to you?
No,
Okay. You can tell me
no.
if she hurt
did-
you.
She did nothing to me.
Okay.
I truly, dude, I truly can't. Natasha.
Ooh wee. Yeah. No, it's all. It's look. It's all
Dude,
good.
fucking tell me her name, please.
No, man. This is not. This
This
is.
sucks.
This is what life used to be like.
Before phones, before you could just
Before
Google it.
phones, before you could just Google it, people would not know stuff, and if the person you were talking to didn't know, y'all would just not know.
So is that you saying you don't know either?
I know.
That's what I say.
But I'm just saying, if someone didn't want to tell you, right? Like back in the day.
Oh, like right now where I'm begging my friend to tell me and he won't.
But you remember when you were little?
If your friends were dicks before phones, it was hard to know stuff.
You remember when you were little and there was like you had homework and your parents either knew and didn't want to tell you or they didn't know either.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they were like, I could give you the answer, but you should figure it out for yourself. That was like a classic line that
Yeah.
we all heard
Right,
growing
yeah.
up. And before phones, you really did have to either decide to not know it for life, because you can't go to the library for everything. There are some things, and I think that's actually why.
Loretta? Is it Loretta? This isn't a bit. I genuinely can't remember her name.
Do you smoke today?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've had 2 sips from this beer and I've done nothing but actually eat healthy and drink water today.
You might be overhydrated. That's what it is.
Oh, maybe. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I said Ivanka. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's the only name because that's got the rhythm to it.
So, yeah, you just used to have to go to the library for everything. And it was like you had to just decide to not know stuff.
Can you give me a letter?
Nah, why would I give you a letter?
I don't know because
A letter gives it away.
Why is it a weird letter? Is it a Q?
What do you think the weird letters are?
A Q or Z? The ones that a lot of names don't start with. Z's got some names. You don't get a lot of Q names though.
Quincy.
Is it Quincy? Tell me if it's Quincy. Is President Trump's wife's name Quincy Trump?
Oh, wait. This is a shame. This is like.
And you're a bad person by just letting me. I do not feel bad about any of the times I have mocked you on this show.
Yeah.
And I have fucked with you.
Yeah.
Because,
You know what? You know what's weird? I feel better about those times now.
yeah, do you?
Yeah.
Is it Wanda? This is embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing?
Because this is recent history in my lifetime. A
Yeah.
person whose name I do know, and I know once I remember it or read it, I'm going to hate myself. But
Yeah, that's why you should wait to like read it or anything until
I
after
know
we're
that's why
done.
this is the thing, and I'm really trying to figure it out. And then you're talking to me, and I just cannot listen to what you're talking about because I'm so focused on this right now. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll think over here.
Okay.
I'm literally going through the alphabet right now. I'm just going in my head, just thinking of letters and trying to find. Is there a name? Ula? Is it Ula Trump?
I feel like you're just going to start naming dishes. Like, is it gruel?
Gruel is a dish. Spaghetti? Is it spaghetti Trump?
Oh, man. Well.
Oh, God. Give me one letter. Doesn't have to be the one it starts with. Just give me any letter.
Did you go to the library a lot when you were a kid?
Fuck you. God damn it. I guess we did, yeah. In the one in town in St. Ansgar, we used to go a little bit. I mean, I was just like, I'm like, yes, but it was like the school library. We were in there a lot, you know. That was where I got most of my reading.
Yeah.
Was there because we had a pretty good library. Because also our town library isn't that big, so you're better off just going to the school library.
I see.
But you know what I mean? Small ass town.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Got hot. I gotta take this hat off.
No, it's all good. I just asked because like I used to go to the library all the time with my mom because my mom used to work at the library, and there was this lady that worked there that was always cracking me up because you know how there's free access to the internet at the library, and you know there are people who use that free access to access things they maybe can't get in real life. You know,
Yeah. Our friend Rob used to work at the Chicago Public Libraries, and he saw plenty of that.
yeah. And so there were people who would come to the library specifically to look at explicit images of sexual activity,
Wow.
of intercourse and relations.
Wow. You've somehow ruined sex for me the way you just said all of that.
Of the activity of genitalia.
Oh, God. The activity of genitalia. Oh. And I know I'm going to pitch that to you for a title for this episode, and you're going to say no.
You know what I mean? Just the general filth of lust.
That sounds like an old play. Like that.
The filth of lust. We should actually do that as like
Sounds like a fucking Oscar Wilde play.
yeah. We should do that
Filth of
one
Lust.
the same way that we had the detective one. We should do the filth of lust.
Well, or is that the title of the Porta Potty one? Porta Potty 2, The Filth of Lust.
Oh gosh, no, it can't be. It can't be. This is a different thing, and it's happening in Puritan times where everyone will know. Like if you actually had, you know what they call it, the Shakespearean term for it,
Doinkin?
the beast with two backs.
The general filth of lust.
Yeah, there were people who would, engage in the voyeurism. Of intimate contact.
Oh, God. This is going to be the rest of the episode is you just finding different ways to word watching porn. How many different ways?
And so when they would, click their way to sin, she would roll up behind them and be like, "What you doing, pervert?"
Who would do this? I forgot who was at the beginning of the story.
The woman that worked at the
Just the
library
woman who
with
worked
my
there?
mom.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. What you up to, pervert? Just extra peas on the pervert. The hardest P you've ever seen. What's up, pervert? Loud too. I'd be in a children's section reading and just hear pervert.
Yeah, I'll spice up your trip to the library. That'll be...
Yeah, yeah.
Is it Mona? Mona Trump?
Man, that's phenomenal. Because what a random thing to forget. Like, it's so random,
forget, yeah.
It could be forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it makes sense that you forgot. It's actually not crazy that you don't.
It's not in my daily news anymore,
Yeah. Maybe never, if you think about it. Like, if you didn't want to know, if you avoided the news for, the last 6 years, then
right.
I think you could get away with being like, was it rhyme with again?
Yeah. Koala Trump.
Man. Wow.
Yeah. Huh. How are you?
I'm all right.
You all right?
Yeah.
I thought I was all right until we started recording.
Yeah, I mean, I also thought you were all right because you were kind of like looking at me crazy when we started, where I was like,
wasn't looking at you. I wasn't looking at you crazy. I thought it was. And here's the thing. I sometimes respect it, but it's just like just to be like, I'm gonna start this on a real somber note.
Sure.
about not being good, about staying in touch with my friend in the hospital. It was all we had said was our names and then that.
Yeah,
and
but if they've made it
like,
to like 130, like whatever episode this is, I think they know.
122.
Yeah, I think they know.
But it could be someone's first episode too, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So if they start it and then only the first couple minutes, they're like, man, these guys are bummers.
Yeah, I mean,
and the one's stupid as hell. He can't remember the president's wife.
It was also like all of 5 minutes. So if they didn't last this long, they were never going to be with us.
They weren't fans anyway. If you're still here, you're our little weirdos who stick with us, and we love you.
Oh man, yeah. I've been like thinking a lot about the year and stuff. Like, I know that we're gonna have our episodes coming up. They're sort of like the real year in review episodes and stuff. But
yeah,
I think in my life, because I've also had this thing where, I understand that, all comparison kills joy. That like that old saying of like, oh yeah, you don't want to be comparing yourself to everyone all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
So I try really hard not to do that, because I also don't want the biggest thing I learned in comedy as I was like making more friends in comedy, doing comedy more and stuff like that, is realizing that I did not actually want to do the things that other people wanted to do. So then that also kills comparison, because it's like, if someone got a job that, that I was like, oh, maybe I would want to do that. Mm-hmm. But then I think about it and I'm like, oh, maybe not. Like, I'm pretty happy with life right now. So there's no real reason to run around, trying to like jump in on other people's accomplishments and stuff. And then also, I think the things I describe doing to people sound like dumb to them. You know what I mean? Like I showed a friend way before this, happened, I showed a friend what I was gonna wear on Colbert, and this is before I'd even booked Colbert. I was just like, my next late night spot, I'm gonna wear this, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you think? And this is also why sometimes you have to like keep things close to the chest, because like I think if I was a different type person, I may have like taken it, because he didn't mean anything by it, but he like taken it too much to heart, you know? And he was like, oh, I mean, it's cool. It's not something that I would wear like to the, and he wasn't being, he wasn't like being any type of way. He was just being honest, you know? But it's also why you have to know, you can't just ask people questions like not being ready for whatever the answer is going to be. Because I really wanted to know what he thought of it as a whole. Right, but if I had specifically asked him what he thought about it just for him to tell me how cool it looked, I was about to be disappointed, you know?
Yeah, but that is why a lot of people ask the question of something like that for that reason. They just want to hear their hope echoed back to them.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean.
And with me, it's like I knew it was like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, this is amazing. Like I'm gonna get
Melania. Is it Melania?
Yeah.
Oh God, thank God. You know how I got close to it? Because I jokingly thought of malaria Trump, and then I'm like, wait, that's actually pretty close. That sounds about right. Because then I just started looking for words to do as jokes, and then I'm like, wait, I think I actually got really close.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I swear I'm not a dumb man, but oh boy,
yeah,
I don't know. Shit. No emails about that either. No emails about the first lady of any era. It's a new rule I'm setting. No Jackie O or Malaria Trump. None of them. Sorry, keep going. I'm sorry. It literally.
I mean, I was pretty much done.
Me.
I was like,
oh, okay.
I'm actually using this moment to. 1 second.
Ignore me. Gotcha.
No.
Okay.
I'm just making sure. No, I'm just making sure it's not somewhere. So, the comic that everyone should check out that has the dope bit is Jarrett Waters. If you are in New York, he's like constantly doing shows, and hopefully he'll be on the road soon. But he's so funny.
Why didn't we say that when we were talking about him? Why did we? He waited like 3 more beats to like plug his name.
Because what ended up happening was I was trying so hard to not tell the joke, but talk about the joke in a way that did it justice. Okay. That I was like, it didn't even occur to me to say his name just yet, because I was like, let me hold off until I like make sure we don't need to cut the entire thing.
Remember it? Did you forget his name?
No.
Did you forget his name and you were? No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So that was about Jackie O. Okay, I'm just trying to now find where we were at. We were just talking about your suit, and then you said you're done with that. You look sharp in that, by the way.
Thanks,
People
man.
haven't seen that. Even if you don't watch the set, you should. But also, like, no, you did walk out, and I was like, geez, that's a sharp one. Like, 'cause that was like, that's the nicest one of those I've seen you in. You know?
Yeah. I feel like that was like the most form fitting too, because
that was like
it was like,
bro,
it felt tailored.
No, you did.
That's the first time that I've
tailored.
Got something from someone where they were like exactly by every quarter of an inch what they said it would be. Because sometimes you like, oh man, before I did Conan, I'll never forget this. This is like, this happened to me at Conan, and it happened to me at the Emmys was worse.
Did you wear a suit for Conan, or?
Yeah, I think I had a suit for Conan.
Okay.
But the Emmys was the worst one. Conan was nothing in comparison.
Yeah.
For the Emmys, I went, and this is like, I'm not a prepared person most of the time. And so this is me really trying to be about my like.
Hey, as his co-host, I can say, yeah.
Like, this is me really trying to be about like my business, right? So A
Right. Yeah.
week before the Emmys, a week before I'm supposed to fly out for the Emmys, I go
Yeah.
to this like maybe it was a Men's Warehouse or something. I pick out a suit and you know I have the person who does the tailoring like draw it up all with chalk and like do all the stuff, right? I am told to come back like almost in a week because I guess it was like I think around the same time as the Emmys is sometimes like a wedding season type thing. Because there's like wedding seasons throughout the year that are heavy. You know, a lot of people have summer weddings, some people have spring weddings, some people do fall, stuff like that. So I feel like
when are the Emmys usually? Those
September, like in
Okay.
September, yeah.
Yeah.
And so for whatever reason, this New York Men's Warehouse was like, we are swamped. All right.
Yeah.
And so they tell me to come back pretty much the day before I fly out, right? Which I'm already not a huge fan of because I'm like, okay, it takes you a week to make these slight alterations. Like in retrospect, I should have just gone to a different tailor, but I was like at Men's Warehouse and there was a tailor at Men's Warehouse. So I was like, let me just make it easy on myself.
Yeah, and you
right?
don't like wait for the train or anything. Just
And so and so
that'd be a
they
whole
chalk
place
it
I'd
up.
have to go to.
I mean, it really wouldn't. Like, I probably was in walking distance of another one, like another tailor. But
Right.
they chalk it all up. And then my man puts it in the back and, you know, we're chatting and everything. And then I leave and I'm like, oh, you know, check that off the list. I did something ahead for once, right? I'm not panicking trying to like get it bought and tailored same day, paying extra money, whatever, right? I come back when I'm supposed to, the day before my flight, and I give them my ticket, and the person can't find it at all, right? Which is insane because I've bought the thing. And so they can't find it at all. And in my head, I was like, this never occurred to me that this could possibly happen. That someone just with my body could come in and be like, this fits. I guess I'll take it. and so I'm like, you have to keep looking. Like they were very like nonchalant at first about not being able to find it. And I was like,
Right.
I bought it here, so I've never left with it. So how did someone else leave with it? You know? They finally find it. And a week ago, when I, you know, was getting it, you know, tailored and sized and all the measurements and stuff like that, the guy who did it put it on the wrong rack. So he went back there and put it on the done rack immediately. So no one's touched it this entire time.
Oh, okay.
And so now I'm freaking out
damn.
because I'm like, what should I do then? Like, can you do it now? Because this is your screw up. Like, I came here a week ago. Like, this is crazy, right? And they were like, the tailor isn't in today. And I'm like, all right, is he going to be in tomorrow early? Like, can I maybe pick it up right before my flight? Or like, I'm trying to figure out what to do. And they were like, maybe, but I wouldn't. The guy working the day that I came to get it was one of the most oddest workers I've met at a Men's Warehouse or like any clothing store, because he was just like, I mean, he'll be here, but I wouldn't wait on him.
I suppose that is theoretically possible, but
yeah. And so then I was like, well, what do we do about the money that I was already charged for the thing that didn't happen? You know?
And he's like, shit, someone left with that too.
Yeah. And so then I look it up on my card on my bank, and they're basically like, oh, you know, luckily the first guy was so bad at his job that he forgot to charge you.
Hey.
So I'm like, okay, all right, I guess, hey, no harm, no
Free
foul.
unfinished suit.
Yeah. I've just got a suit with a bunch of chalk on it now. A part of me was almost like, should I just wear it to the Emmys and try to make it look like a statement where it's like, here's what I could do, but I didn't.
Yeah, you're protesting tuxedo standards or something.
Yeah. Why shouldn't more
Wow.
grown men look like the little rascals?
Yeah, I'm trying to reconnect with my childhood. This is a suit of whimsy.
Yeah. And so I flew with this chalked up suit, and then when we got to LA, I think I rushed to a tailor in LA, which was also, most of them were too busy because the Emmys was there. And so they were doing a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff, and it was like it was hell.
You show up with just a chalked up suit. Can you finish this?
Like I might as well shown up with the
Can you
fabric.
help me? Yeah, yeah, just a roll of fabric. Can you make me a suit, please? God damn, yeah, that would be a lot. There would be a big part of me that'd be like, maybe I just won't go. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm not giving away any award. I'm not presenting. I guess just
Yeah. Nah, man. Oof. Oof.
yeah. And then this it's a dashiki, right? I'm just not confident in my words right now after the whole Melania situation. I just wanted to make sure I was saying the right type of suit. But was this made by the same person who did your Comedy
No,
Central
that was
one?
no, that was a different person. So
Okay.
this person runs a business called Saba Elite, and they do a bunch of like suits, jackets, and just great, like really great designs, really great stuff.
No, man, you walked out and I was like, that is sharp. Like it was, and like I know people were like saying on there being like, you know, Wakanda or whatever. People were comparing you to that, but it was like honestly, even you walked out
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck, that does look like T'Challa. Like that looks like that looks like Chadwick
Yeah,
Boseman
can
at
I
like
tell
one of
you?
the like premieres.
Can I tell you I didn't, because I try not to get on comments and like any of that stuff. Not even because of like people might be rude, but because I think that it is a detriment to you, good or bad, to like lean on too many opinions. I think that when people
Sure.
are hyping you up, you can get a false sense of, you know, who you are, or what you're doing, or like where you're at. And I think when people are putting you down, you could get a false sense of like, oh, they're right and I'm trash, and you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I try to just like stay away from all that stuff, you know, like, and because
Yeah.
also people don't even have the energy to like remember anything that they say online. Like if someone told you that they really took someone down online in a YouTube comment, you'd be like, yo, I didn't know you were a lunatic. Like these people do these things and then they just
Yeah.
move on, you know? And then even with praise,
Right.
it's like, even with praise, there will be people who are like saying all the nice things, you know, as well. But don't really like know or care about you, which is like, it's still good to put something out that's good.
Yeah.
But
Bro, we get emails that say to Josh and co-host.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. And
I'm
it's
the
like,
only other guy here. You couldn't even look. We say it in every episode. You couldn't look up my name to
yeah,
send
yeah.
an email.
And so it's one of those things where I know that people almost, I would say most of what's said on the internet is not meant, and what most of what's
Right.
said online is not meant in the way that it can be taken, or even in the way someone thinks that they were. Like maybe you're upset in the moment, so you post something, or you know,
Yeah.
comment something, and it doesn't actually mean anything to you, but it could really affect that person. So I try to stay away, and that's mostly a YouTube thing. I'm like engaged on
Yeah.
my social, because I feel
Yeah.
like on my like to me this is the difference. To me, it's like if you come to my social, it's like, oh, you probably mean it. like like
Yeah.
if you came to me, then like good or
Yeah.
bad, this is kind of how you feel in the moment. But YouTube just throws stuff at you.
Yeah, and
And
if people
so,
comment on it
yeah.
too, I don't think they expect the people who makes the videos to like actually read them. It's that weird thing of like,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though
yeah.
it's their channel, they put it there, but I think everyone thinks there's like, like I just saw a video today of someone talking about like people sending them like their own video to be like, oh my god, remember this? And he's like, yeah, that's on my page.
Yeah.
You sent it from my channel, but it's like no one
Yeah.
really thinks that, I don't know, we run the
That's
stuff
just what
we
makes
run. I don't know.
Exactly. That's just what makes YouTube such a different beast and how people even digest it or think about it. Because obviously, every social
Yeah.
platform has a discovery or an explore or like is sending you stuff, but YouTube just does it differently. I don't know how to describe it. And so I said all of that to say
Yeah.
that I did not see this comment.
'Cause it feels like a cable network almost.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like talking to the TV. You're not expecting the TV to talk back.
Yeah. And like, I did not see this comment because I steer clear of like YouTube stuff as far as comments for at least like, for at least the first month. I try not to look at it at all, but like if it's, especially if it's on this channel, like if it's on my channel, and I know that it's like the people, once again, the people coming to me, then I want to engage with them and I want to say like, hey, whatever, right? Or thank them for watching or, whatever it is. But I think when it's something that's on some, like with Colbert, that's his stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I did not see this, but my manager told me that one of the top comments, at least the day that I did it, was, how'd she put it? She was like, it seemed positive. And as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, then don't tell me. Like in my head, I was like, don't tell me that. Like if you're not sure.
It seemed positive.
And then she was like, it seemed positive. And somebody was like, oh, look at that little Wakanda nutcracker. And I was like, wow. This is why I need time. And then I come. Yeah, like this is why I need time away before I engage.
My little Wakanda nutcracker. Oh,
And I was
that's
like,
great.
oof.
Yeah. Little Black Panther Jr. up in here.
Yeah. Yeah, because what ends up happening is that when I feel like if I prepare myself, by the time I do look, I can be like stoic about it,
Right. Yeah.
And also if I give it time, it didn't just happen. So I'm not like what do you want to call it? I'm not like emotional about it,
Yeah. It seemed positive. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like if they do a cartoon, where it's like all the Avengers are in high school, and you're
Oh my God.
you're Teen Chala.
That's what the T is for.
Yeah, that's what the T is for, is the
Yeah.
teenager. Oh, good golly. That's funny. I haven't opened up the mailbag yet. I'll start looking for something. I will say, though, you mentioned that coming up we'll be doing our end of the year episodes. If you look in the bio of this episode, we'll have the form out for submitting your favorite episodes of the year. I'm not speaking to Josh. I'm speaking to you, the audience. I realized I just said your, and that could have been to anybody. We want to know. We want to know your favorite episodes of the year. We did that last year. It worked out really nicely, and then we do our episodes where we put in some of the best moments of the year, and we add some extra stuff too. We talk about them and all that. So it's a simple form. I haven't made it yet. Spoiler, but by the time this is out, I will have. So it's gonna be simple. But go fill that out. It'll be a lot like we did last year. And we really want to know. It made it a lot easier to make the episode. Also made it a lot more fun because we got to know what you guys really loved from the year.
Yeah, because there are
more,
things that will end up on that list that are not on our list.
Well, and some things we'd forgot about, remember? There were things we're like, oh, yeah, that was a fun like story or fun episode that we had completely forgotten about.
Yeah.
We do a lot of these. So we would really love it if you submitted on that, if you care to. Let me open up the email. You got anything else you want to chat about before?
No, I think we're ready for a mailbag. I think that we should dive in. You know, I mean, we're gonna have to save the filth of lust for another episode.
Oh, is there more on that?
No, I'm saying that the
working out the
rom-com erotica. We'll have to save it for another time.
We got this one here, and it is titled "Very, Very, Very Important Information." And then it just says, "Hello, Losh and Jogan. I have very important information about my new job. My boss's name is Richard Balls, but he prefers the name Dick for some reason. His name is literally Dick Balls." I may be mentally 10 years old, but this is one of the funniest things to ever happen in my life. Anyways, y'all keep doing your thing over yonder. 69,420 out of 10 jangles. I didn't say the name, and I may cut this last part because it says, P.S. I'm also very stoned while writing this, and I don't want to get anybody fired. So
yeah, no, fair enough. But
I don't want Dick Balls to hear this and be that. No, that is wonderful. Thank you for sharing that very important information with us. We needed to know.
Yeah.
And I love that our fans bring us the important news.
I also love the idea that someone named Dick Balls might ever try to send someone else to HR.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like we need to send you to human resource. Like, you need to send me to human resource.
Well, you see your language, my language, your name, sir.
Yeah.
Dickard Balls. Let's see this one here. This is signed Kit Kat, and the title here is Love Ya Dummies. Toontown and Squeaks. Love the show. I got into it because a guy I'm really into wouldn't shut up about it. Parentheses, shout out to my boy Ruffles. I don't know if I'd be really trying to chase a man named Ruffles, bar. And boy has my simp behavior finally paid off because y'all are hilarious. Well, I guess we're a good consolation prize.
Yeah.
Much like Logan, I am a pun terrorist, and I can't count how many times I've been caught cackling with y'all in my ear as I do my... Oh, get ready for this, Josh. As I do my mouse experiments. And then in parentheses, nothing weird, I'm an immunologist. But still, it still sounds weird. I wanted to know what's the funniest / saddest shit you've done / heard of someone doing in the name of love, and if it ever paid off. Once again, love the show and keep on punning, Kit Kat. Thank you so much, Kit Kat. That was... I love the ones that, you know, it's a short email, but there's a journey within it, you know? I really appreciate and respect those people who sent us those.
For the sake of entertainment, I'm going to cop out and tell you about something.
No, good call.
Tell you something that I witnessed, but it was not me.
Yeah. Wink, wink.
I mean, it really wasn't, but whatever.
This is when someone's like, "Oh, my friend."
Okay. So in junior high, I had a friend who had a crush on this girl, and so he like laid it all out in a note to her, but like on loose leaf, right? And filled that thing up, right? And then maybe it's like the little because when you're also that young, rom-coms are going on in your head. You think you're in your own rom-com. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
So he decided, and he worked. This is what's sad. He worked on the design for longer than he worked on the note. Even though the note was the full page, he worked on the design for a paper plane, and like was throwing paper planes at lunch, like nonstop, and tweaking the design, tweaking how much like lift it had, all that stuff, right? And so the day finally came, and he wrote the note, and he had folded so many paper planes at this point that it was nothing to him to get the perfect like cut of paper plane together.
Yeah.
And he folded the paper plane perfectly, and then he like he went to throw it her way, and as he throws it, so he's maybe like 6 seats behind her, and in the next what is it, column, or is it a row? I can't remember which one's which whenever you're seated. Like if you're seated in a square, there's columns and rows. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a square, but he was one set of seats off to the right of her and 6 seats behind her. So it was a long throw. And as he goes to throw the paper plane, he like really like punches it forward to her, and it's got like the exact amount of, like, he put the perfect force on it, and it's not drooping to the ground. It's like coming like eye level to eye level, right? And as he throws it at her, she turns around to look at him, and it goes into her eye, and like actually
like hurts her.
It actually hurt her pretty bad.
Oh God. She's at school the next day with an eye patch.
It wasn't that bad, but it was like she definitely wasn't focused on reading it and could not read it for maybe the rest of the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the exact thing. It's like the number one thing you don't want to have happen if you're trying to do that. If you're trying to win someone over with a paper airplane, which is that it hurts them.
Which is that it goes right into their eye.
Into their eye. Yeah. Ugh.
Like in her eye. You wouldn't be able to do it again if you tried.
Yeah.
Because she had to, like, it was supposed to, I guess, hit her shoulder or like hit the back of her head. I don't know what he was thinking, but it was like the fact that she turned around just in time and looked into the butt, I mean, like the tip of a paper plane.
The butt of the plane.
She looked right into the nose of the plane when she turned around to look at him, right?
Yeah. Made eye contact with the pilot. Hit her right in the eye. Oh man, that's great. I've never seen one of these in person, and this is a little. They're kind of sad, but they do bring me this weird joy. But anytime there's video of like someone trying to propose on like a jumbotron, and it goes very badly, where the person is like, no, there's something just compelling about those. Those are inherently watchable to me. I'm not happy about it. I'm not like reveling in his misery. The best one is where he gets down on one knee and she goes no, and then he follows her and she throws a beer at him. And I was like, she did not want to marry you. Did you meet her that day? What happened?
Yeah.
So those are sad, but they're also pretty good.
Oh, man. Like the idea that you don't know if somebody wants to marry you. Like the fact that you can be on such a different page as a couple is like actually terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, who are you talking to here? Who are you talking to, bro?
But I mean, you didn't.
I'm divorced and had an engagement fall apart too.
Yeah, but you didn't.
It's not fun. It's not fun to learn.
You didn't have to when you knelt to propose. You didn't have to drag your knee because they were walking away.
No. At the time of engagement, decisions seem to have been made.
That's what I'm saying.
Later things
Yeah.
change. Yes. No, I do
Nobody
find
can
that
control later. I'm talking about when you do it.
no, that does blow my mind when people ask that, where they're like, it's like, oh, I'm going to propose, and then it's like, oh, will she say yes? And it's like, I'd fucking hope they've talked about it once. You know what I mean? You'd hope at least the topic has come up once.
Imagine somebody. Do you think she'll say yeah? Oh, I really don't know.
Do you think she'll say yes? No, probably not. I think tomorrow's gonna be rough for me.
You know what? This is what only a gambling addict would do, but they really should start taking bets during the Jumbotron engagements.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit, man. They're not a sponsor, but like now you got that DraftKings stuff. Like you can bet on like anything now. Which every time I see a commercial for it, I'm like, this seems like all the work we've done for gambling addicts is being completely undone now.
You know,
because have you seen those commercials? They're like, you can put odds on anything, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
That's actually what I think should be illegal. I don't care that gambling is legal, but you should just be able to like gamble on if the team or the person will win and stop. Because what you end up doing.
Oh, no specific bets from there.
Yeah, because that's how people lose. That's how they make money. That's how people lose money. That's how people ruin their lives. Is parlays down the line where it's like, well, now you could win $12 million off of 200. It's like you realize you're only going to lose $200. Like, please stop.
Yeah.
You know?
But then you get some people. There was one guy who made a big bet on, I can't remember what was on specifically, but because the Astros won, he won like $100 million. Or not that much, but he won like a lot, like several $1 million.
No, I'm
from
with
like
you.
one bet early in the season or some shit. Like,
and that even.
I mean, but right there though, it's literally the lottery though. Then at that point, it's not gambling. It's like truly just that form of gambling, the lottery.
Yeah. And you know what? It's like the reason that no one really has a problem with the lottery is because it's cut and dry. You're either going to win or you're going to lose, and only one person out of however many 100 million that are playing is going to win, right? But when you create your own parlays, it is your fault you didn't win the lottery. And that's too much.
Yeah, that's a way to think about it. Yeah, that is a way to put it.
Because think about if you were like, I'm betting that the Patriots win, that the Astros win, that the da, and then you're completely right except for one thing. It's like, it's all your fault.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that.
Well, and you can go down. I mean, the ones who get so specific of like, oh, they're going to have this stat for this many innings of game.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
don't do that. That's insane. I mean, look, probably don't gamble at all.
I mean, it's, and I hate to counter what Josh has said, unless you're really good at it. Because also, this comes from two guys who aren't gamblers. Like, I also, you know what I mean? I don't even like going to like card tables if I'm in Vegas, because it's like that's just a whole world that I'm not like familiar with, you know?
I don't even like gambling in my mind, all right? I get so upset when I really think someone's going to win a fight and they lose horribly.
Yeah. Do you know how tiny of gambles I make? Like, even when I play, not even when I play like cards with people, but if I play like in video games where there's like a game you can play within the game and you can bet, I am the stingiest of gambler in a game where I'm not me and it's not real money. It's like I'm forcing this digital character to sit down and play a game that he clearly doesn't really want to, because I'm not even betting.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm scared to bet, like, what is that, fourth person by that point? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Do you want to do another email, or should we wrap her up?
No, let's wrap her up. Thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into our mailbag, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And again, if you want to submit your favorite episodes and moments of the year for the Josh Johnson Show, there's a link in the episode bio. Click on that, and you won't have to create an account or anything like that. It's just click on it and send your thoughts, and then we'll make our best of episodes. You can also join our Patreon if you want bonus stuff. We got some bonus podcasts and some video stuff and other update things that we put there. That's patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. And also in the links that we put down below, you'll also find our specific Linktree stuff and website things. And on there are tour dates coming up that Josh just announced that he's doing a tour next year, and I'm going to be on some of them as well. So go click on that and see what the beginning of 2023 is looking like for us, and maybe you'll be able to come see us.
Yeah. And in the meantime, have a great rest of the
virtual
day.
Show. Live virtual show, too. Sorry. Live virtual show,
yeah.
December 17th, right? Live virtual show. Forgot about that. The last one of the year. That's December 17th, I believe. Correct? Saturday the 17th? Yes, it is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm getting all the plugs in, man. Plenty of chances to see us and interact with us coming up, so take advantage. Sorry, Josh. Take it away.
No, you're good. Until then, have a great rest of the day and an incredible weekend. We appreciate you.
Bye.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification, because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there, and we'd love to see you.
I've been thinking about this a lot. I think as guys, right? Like as men, I do think that we're like too confident in our ability. That's the end of the sentence. There's just like, as human dudes, there's no other species of male in anything. You could be a gazelle. A male, like, gazelle. Do they make male gazelle? Anyway. You could be a male gazelle. There's no random day where you're gonna look at a lion and be like, he looked like he wanna fight. Like, this shit. Do you know what I mean? You know how every other male sees like an order to the world and functions in it? We're the only ones. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're the only ones. Maybe a female gazelle might fight a lion, and that's if the lion's already attacking her child. You know, she might step up, and even then, it's like 30%. So like, there's just an order to nature. I was hanging out with a friend. Turns to me, unprovoked. I had said nothing, and he goes, "You think you could fight a bear?" And I was like, what? No. It's the quickest no. No. It's a bear. You didn't ask me about a cub. In the scenario you given me, a bear wants to fight me. And I'm gonna fight the bear and win? Like, no. And I asked him, I was like, do you think you could fight a bear? And he was like, well, if I came at it right. I'm like, don't even finish the sentence. If I came at it right. What are you saying right now? If I came at it right. That's the
According to experts, the only way to come at it is to pretend to already be dead. What do you mean if the bear came at you like a bear, you would die? I would bet money on it. That's crazy. And then he got irate with me. He got all defensive, started attacking me. It was like, so you would just let a bear kill you? I'm like, what are we talking about? What do you mean, let a bear? It's a bear. You picked a bear. You didn't even pick something I might have a chance against, like a stray cat. You went straight to bear. Do you think you could fight a bear? Oh, you just gonna let a bear kill you? Look, if I went home, if this is how confident I am a bear would kill me, I don't go where bears are. You don't catch me anywhere out in the world where the bears will be. In fact, if there was a bear when I went home in my apartment, that's a bear's apartment now. And I'm good with that. I'm willing to let that bear have my couch. That's fine. Everything in the fridge is his now. Crazy. Crazy talk. And look, I'm not acting like there isn't a place I could step up. When it comes to bugs, I could be braver. I will say that. When it comes to bugs, I could step up a little bit. Because if a bug is too big, I will take a step back. Just to try to assess what it is. Because sometimes, like, I don't have the best eyes, but sometimes you see like 9 legs or something, you're like, what is that? Before I step on it, what is this? Is it an alien? You know? I remember there was one day, I had a fly in my apartment, and it was the plague of my life. I didn't know how the fly got in my apartment, and it had the loudest wings. It might as well have been bird wings. It was the loudest fly I've ever heard, and it would get like right next to my ear, which was making me flinch. Like it did kind of punk me in a little, because I had the fly swatter ready, and it would be in the ear that was like the flies. So that I would be looking for it, like, and I'd be like, oh. And it was all day. It was all day I was trying to kill it. All, like, top to bottom all day. And then it was so gross, because then I was like hitting myself with the fly swatter, because I was like, at some point, if I swing back, I might catch it. And then it was hitting my ear. So I was beating myself. And then I finally was like, let me just go take a shower, cool off, because I had to go somewhere that night. So I get in the shower, take a shower. I don't know when the fly came in the bathroom. I don't know if it came in through a vent or through the door with me, but then the fly came at me while I was in the shower. Now this is attempted murder, because I am on wet porcelain. I cannot mess around right now. If I fall in this shower and I die, and my killer is a fly, and I die like a bad Dr. Seuss. Anyway, I finished my shower. I, swatting them off, everything still, and then I opened the curtain. It's right there. I'm exhausted. I'm naked. I'm wet. I grab my towel, and I like spin my towel, get it really tight, right? I don't even care if you believe me. It's one of the proudest days of my life. I spun my towel as hard as I could, and then I popped it at the fly, and right at the end, right at the tip, it popped the fly and killed it. And I'm not gonna lie to you. In that moment, I was like, I think I could fight a bear. Like, I do. I'm just saying, if I had a towel, I have a chance. Okay, look, when I say it, it's not gonna sound true. But believe me, all right? I really thought that when I saw Drake leaks trending, it was gonna be music. I was so sure. that it was gonna be music. I was like, stuff leaks all the time. Let's listen to this album before it comes out. And I know a lot of people thought that. I'm not alone. A lot of other people said, they were like, you thought it'd be music too. I was like, yeah, I thought it'd be music. And in case you don't know who Drake is, I don't know how, but in case you don't know who Drake is, he's a rapper. And in case you don't know about the Drake leak, okay. So Drake leak was trending, and then I clicked it, and you just see a lot of Drake. It's a lot of Drake. It's a lot of Drake. It's more Drake than I thought there was Drake. You know what I mean? And I want to be clear about something, okay? Because I know it's weird, but a bad thing happened. Someone's nudes were leaked, and that should never happen. It should truly never happen. Everyone deserves autonomy for their body. I know he's like a rich man, so it's easier to like let it slide, and it's different. It feels different, at least, when it's like a woman's nudes. But still, he didn't want that out there, and it's out there, which is a shame. You know, so I felt very conflicted because I was like, that's a shame that somebody would do that, you know? And then on the other hand, I was like, all right, but like, no more sad songs. Like, I don't... You know what I mean? Like, if I had a friend that was built like Drake, I would never let him cry to me. About anything. I'm not gonna lie. It would always be burned in my brain. I'd be like, hey, everybody daddy dies sometimes, okay? Cheer up and look down. I read this report that they want to NASA's trying to make contact, you know, with some intelligent life, and we really tried everything. We tried so many different things, and we haven't just spent billions of dollars. If you count every country that's had success leaving the atmosphere, going into space, we spent trillions of dollars as a people. It's an endeavor that's been as old as the ages to like make contact and make sure, or at least find out that we're not alone in the entire universe, right? So they send out signals. They've used radio waves. They've used light, images, everything that they can think of. Every like telescopic endeavor's been tried. And so now NASA, I'm not even kidding, you can look this up. NASA's like, we gon' send nudes. We're gonna send nudes out into, because that might do it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a big deal. We have not tried that yet. We've been out here sending old 1920s radio wave. I don't know, my baby. Like, we've tried all that stuff, and it didn't do anything. So let's send nudes and see. Wouldn't it be wild if it worked, though? Wouldn't it be crazy if, like, a month later, aliens landed and they were like, titties is all you had to say? I mean, if we had known that there were titties, that we would have come. It feels, you know what I mean? Like, just say you're out of ideas. Smartest minds in the world. Smartest ones on the planet. And they're like, maybe this feels weird. And I know what I said before, and I meant that. But since they're already out, maybe send the Drake link, maybe, I don't know. And look, not out of context. Send a copy of Take Care. and send the Drake video and just see what the aliens think. They might come. They might be like, I also read a report that says that Viagra may lower the risk of Alzheimer's, which is kind of bad news when you think about it. Like, is that really what the world needs? Just a bunch of old men, hard and aware? I thought that as men, we had a pact with the earth. We would wreak havoc for the first, 50 years of our lives, and then after a while, we'd slow down, we'd get confused, and we would not be hard anymore. That's how you restore balance to the planet. Imagine an evil dude. Because we do this all the time. Being old is supposed to be the saving grace of your life. Especially as a man. As a man, love is very conditional from the world, right? You're born a baby. We all love babies. You become a kid. A lot of people love kids. Then you're a man. And then everyone's like, it's your fault, right? Even if you don't have power, you look like the ones that do. And so it's like, I'll just lump you in, right? Then you get old, and then you getting old is the we can love you again. It's true. You get old, and then people are like, what's he gonna do? We've seen it. We've seen horrible, evil men get old, and somehow all is forgiven. We've watched literal war criminals turn 99, and it's like, well, he's not doing anything now. He's a fucking war criminal. He don't remember, though. Why does that get him a pass? He doesn't remember. Now you just feed him Viagra so they can be evil longer. Literally. We have to stop this. This is crazy. I don't know. Whenever Tupac was murdered, it really was like Black Elvis. We couldn't accept it. We were like, no, he went to Cuba because they was looking for him. Not likely, all right. But we never did that with Biggie. You notice that? Tupac and Biggie got shot within months of each other. And Tupac were like, no, he gonna come back one day. And Biggie, we were like, yeah, that checks out. That's wild. I can't help but think it's because Biggie was heavy. I think deep down we know if it wasn't the bullets, it would have been butter. You know what I mean? Biggie was not long for this one. It was going to be the streets or the kitchen. One of them was coming for Biggie. I don't know if y'all remember this, but back in the day, before the pandemic, they were talking about putting Harriet Tubman on the 20 or something. I don't even remember what bill it was. And it was everyone had an opinion immediately. There were people who thought it was great. There were people who didn't care. A little bit, and then it turns out they cared. And then there were people that were like, no, we can't have this happen. And then Mnuchin said he'd block it, and he did. So it never happened. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I need Harriet on the 20. What bothers me the most is how has Harriet Tubman not had her own sneaker yet? That seems... You know what I mean? Think about it. Who is more deserving of a sneaker deal throughout all the history of America than Harriet Tubman? Come on. if you don't know who Harriet Tubman is, she was the LeBron of escaped slaves, okay? She was putting up numbers. She got a lot of the people to freedom. Buckets. That would have been a motherfucker to be a slave owner while Harriet was around. You come outside, ain't nobody there. You're like... The commercial writes itself. It does. You know, I just beat the Golden State Warriors in my new Adidas Maxes. And it's like, oh, I ran to freedom. How about that? How do you beat that shoe? You don't. I do wonder, and this is a genuine question. I'm being sincere. This isn't like, I'm not going to make fun of you or anything. Does anyone here believe in aliens? Okay, so this is my thing. I believed in aliens so hard when I was little. Like when I was a little kid, I was like, it's just us in the whole universe? Come on, really? Just us? A whole universe? That seems wild, right? And then as I get older, it's becoming harder for me to believe in aliens. Because, especially after everything up until 2023, it's hard to believe in aliens because Trump didn't mention it while he was president. Like that man told every secret. Anything they told him, he told us in an hour. Like, they would be in the room with this man and be like, "You're not gonna tell anybody, right?" And he's like, "No." And then he leaves and he's like, "Folks," like that was... He could not keep a secret at all. He had the leakiest White House of all time. And he never mentioned aliens, so now I'm like, maybe not. No. I don't know what to tell you. It's a tough one. For the people who believe in aliens, once again, I'm being sincere, I wonder if aliens haven't made broad daylight obvious contact with us because they think we're boring or because they've seen how we treat each other. Do you know what I mean? Like if I was an alien above Earth looking down all this time, I'd be like, oof, they don't even like when you have different skin. And I got 3 dicks, so they gonna kill me immediately, just out of jealousy if nothing else. God damn. Might as well stay up here where it's safe. Oof. I feel this is a weird thing. I respect that people have to be like choosy when they're dating, and sometimes you have to make choices based off, like you get a little inkling of a thing and you call it a red flag, or because you're like, I know how it's gonna go after that. And sometimes people are overly harsh about that, but it's necessary, you know? Like I think about my friend, I went to a club with my buddy and he had a full like almost rom-com experience. He saw this woman across the club, truly across the club. He was like, the light was just shining on her a little extra, you know? So then my man made his way over, and it was almost like the dance floor was parting as he was walking over to her. And then he gets up to her, he lays his thickest game on that he has. He's like, hey, how you doing? You know, mind if I buy you a drink or something? And she turns around and looks him up and down and goes, no. Nah, that's not what we doing. And he tries one more time. He's like, why can't I buy you a drink? Get to know you. We might like each other. And she looks him up and down again and she goes, your shoes. Which I know, that sounds super vapid. That's wild. It sounds really materialistic, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm on her side. Because when he looked down, both his shoes were untied. And it's like, yeah, bro, how did you... There's no better way to walk up to a woman and be like, you have to take care of me eventually, than to have both your shoes untied when you approach the conversation. How'd you even make it over without tripping? It's crazy. Dude, one shoe could happen to anybody. Both shoes hasn't happened since the 3rd grade, all right? If you approach a woman with both your shoes untied, you might as well walk up with a glass of milk in one hand and a cookie in the other. Talking about, you want to be friends? Because that's what the fuck you look like with both your shoes untied. It's insane. I was watching a movie this week. Have you heard of Downfall? Anybody? Okay. It's a German movie, and it's about the last 10, 12 days of like Hitler and the Third Reich. It was like when they were losing the war, and it's from the account of the secretary that was in the bunker of just like, you know, Hitler was freaking out and everything. And it got me to thinking, like, how do you contend with the idea that there's a higher power while watching all of the horrible stuff that happened around the world in World War II? It's like the worst atrocities against humanity happen, but also there's supposed to be this higher power that's fully in control and everything. And people talk about if they could go back in time, they'd kill baby Hitler and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, yeah. But if I was God, I think I would have just given Hitler a real high voice. Ain't nobody following him then. If that dude rock up and be like, listen to me. There's something happening in the fatherland that must be stopped. I don't even think you let that dude work fast food. You'd be like, nah, that voice too annoying. He's like, listen to me about the Jews. It's like, no, we caught you. I'll be vulnerable for a second. I thought I had it all figured out, you know. I was sexting. And sexting's a very precarious situation. You want to make sure you're sexting at the right time, you know? Because if it's like 8 o'clock, you still got other people texting you, you know? You don't want to accidentally send a text that's incoming to somebody because you opened the thing, you know what I mean? And it's also like, what if you're not that skilled? Like, what if I'm not good texting with just my left hand? Now you texting typos and stuff. It's knocking the sexy right out of your sexting. You know, it's like, I'm gonna fud your bass. It's like, nobody's into it now. You know? So I had an idea. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I didn't talk to anybody about it. I had never heard anybody doing this, but in my mind, it was the best thing to do. I was like, I'm just gonna speak to text. So that way, I don't gotta worry about the other hand and everything, and I can just like get in the zone and stuff. I don't have to worry about other people texting me and everything. And it went horribly wrong. Because I wasn't at home. I was at my childhood home. So I was in my room, but it wasn't my house, you know? And it was, 9 o'clock or so, and we were sexted that, look, I'll read you the thing right now. This is what. Okay. All right. So she's like, oh, okay. And what would you do if you were here right now? And then I was like, girl, I would tear those clothes off. And Mom, what are you doing in here? Mom, I had the door closed. You can't just open the door. I was just coming to see if you wanted dinner. No, I'm okay. Mom, get out right now. Boy, how you gonna tell me to get out somewhere in my house? I'm sorry, Mom, please, can you please leave and close the door?
You know we don't have closed doors in this house. Which is true. That's a very like black family thing of like you not closing the door in my house. What you up to in there? And I was like, Mama, please leave. Please, please leave. And she was like, all right, what's the big deal? I was like, nothing, Mom. Just please, please get out of here. So anyway, girl, I would say... All right, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Josh Johnson!
It genuinely has been an insane week. You know? Yeah. No, I know. No, it's that part. I'm not going to talk about it forever, but yeah. Oh, it's what you came for? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't want to hear about my life. No, okay. You know, Trump took office and he immediately signed a wild amount of executive orders. They've been one-upping each other every presidency for a little while. Like, I'm pretty sure Barack Obama signed more than Bush, and then Trump signed more than Obama, and then Biden signed more than Trump. But this was like astronomical. This was a whole lot, because basically Trump went ahead and signed executive orders that rolled back a lot of what Biden did, plus his own. All right. And he did some sweeping stuff. Like, he signed an executive order that began the steps for the U.S. to leave the World Health Organization. I did not do it. But what feels kind of wild to me about the executive orders that Trump is passing, and a lot of the things that we're going to see for the next few months into the rest of his presidency, is basically just a blueprint of everything that Project 2025 said that they were going to do. It's a project that he said he knew nothing about and had nothing to do with, but now that he's in office, they seem hella tight. It's kind of like when you tell the police you don't know somebody, and then the police are like, but here's a picture of you two right here. And the picture hella incriminating because it's not you just happening to be in the picture with them, it's you being like, hey. You say that you're not boys, but in this picture here, you're holding a different picture of the two of you together. You're like... And sure enough, yeah, Trump signed an executive order that would start the process of the U.S. leaving the World Health Organization. And I feel like there are some things that Trump is doing because they're his idea, and some things that he's doing because his aides and the people that wrote up Project 2025 are pushing him to do it for whatever their own reasons are, right? Like, I feel like they went to Trump and they were like, we need you to pull out of the World Health Organization. Then Trump was like, who? And they were like, yes. And he was like, yes, what? And they were like, who? And he's like, who? And they were like, that's what we're saying. Who's who? And then he was like, I'll do what you want me to do, but I just need to know who it is. And it's like, who is who it is? That's who we want you to do it to. We have to pull out of who? Pull out? Who? Where? Yes, because we believe that who is dangerous. Who is dangerous? Yes, who is dangerous?
Where is who? Well, sir, who's all over the world? Who is dangerous all over the world? Yes, that's why we have to pull out of who. I'm not in who, by the way. I'm just standing here. We're just gonna put it on a piece of paper and we need you to sign it. All right. And this is my main thing when it comes to pulling out of the World Health Organization, is that a lot of people take for granted things that are functioning in their life. Things are either good, you expect to be good, and things that are working, you're just like, yeah, it works because it's supposed to work, right? But sometimes we don't ask enough questions on how a working thing got to the way it was. And there hasn't been enough time in between when it didn't work and now for us to remember when it didn't work. Because if we lose access to the World Health Organization, it hurts the World Health Organization by a lot, but it also hurts us because then we lose access to their labs, to their data. Most of what happens and the way that cures and vaccines come about quickly is because all these countries are able to share information, which all sort of help us leapfrog over the last breakthrough that another country had. And because it's not a race, it's just shared information. It's just a group project. And our pharmaceutical companies, by the way, also need the World Health Organization to just stay on top of things, right? And I'm no fan of pharmaceutical companies. I'm just saying I'm a fan of people who are sick getting help, right? And so my thing is, if you pull out of the World Health Organization, as good as the doctors that we have in the U.S. are, or at least can be, it won't be long before we're all just sort of WebMD. You know, it won't be long before a new thing, take something like COVID, right? No matter what you believe about the origins of COVID, you understand that something started up in China. And then because of the World Health Organization, everyone was able to talk about it, do testing. They were able to share findings. We were able to get to a vaccine pretty quickly, right? So now, let's say something comes out of another country. And we may know it's coming out of the other country from the news, but we don't actually know any breakthroughs because we're not sharing that data. And everyone has to start all over again every time they try to have a breakthrough. So now you'll just be a regular person walking up to other people like, hey, I'm just asking, just in general, just because I'm curious, but is anybody else like farting blue? No, me neither. No. That's crazy. I don't even know why I said that. That's just like crazy, but like it can happen. You know, I've been hearing on the news that it can happen, and there's people whose whole bathrooms look like a Smurf died. Like it's just stuff can happen. You know, just curious. Yeah. And then maybe someone does get sick, and then that sickness starts to spread, and maybe it's not something that we're used to. It's a completely new thing. So now you have somebody being like, "Hey, is anybody else that was like not born double jointed, been acting double jointed, like just everything can go in every which way?" Because double joint people, they seem to not hurt when they do it, but I'm in a lot of pain. So if anyone has any ideas on what to do, I've been eating as much as I can to lower inflammation, but I'm still got my head spinning all the way around when I fall asleep. And then you won't be able to distinguish certain things because there are things that are not related, that we know through science are like not related even though they're similar, right? You'll be able to know if you have a new thing or if you have a regular version of an old thing. Just walking up to somebody like, "Hey, look, I'm not trying to get the word out like that. I'm just curious if you've ever heard of this. Do you sleepwalk? Oh, you sleepwalk too? Oh, great. Do you ever sleepwalk and just wake up with a knife every night? Like, does that just me? Okay. We'll have to look into it." This dude also signed an executive order, the one they promised to, delaying the TikTok ban. But while he was talking about it, after he signed it, he was basically saying like, "Oh yeah, you know, the U.S. should own some part of it, maybe 50%, maybe more, who knows." And it's hard to tell when Trump talks about what the government should do if he means the government should own it or he should own it. Because I'm not gonna lie, this TikTok thing is the most mob boss thing I've ever seen. It's the most like, "Oh, you like your little thing? Like, yeah, okay, maybe I own some of it. Maybe I own the whole thing. How about that? How about you get out of here, all right? It's mine now.
One of the pettiest things that Trump did was he used an executive order to take back John Bolton's security detail. Now, I don't like John Bolton. I'm not like crying for John Bolton or anything. And if you know John Bolton, you'll know who I'm talking about. He looked like a Scooby-Doo villain. When John Bolton got the mustache of somebody who has retired from tying women to train tracks, all right? This dude one of my favorite John Bolton memories was one time he was on, I think it had to be Fox News, he was on, and for some reason, they must have been trying to kill time or something, they put John Bolton, now he was old back then, so this is old, but he was still old when this happened. They put this old man on a hoverboard. And it was as great as you could imagine. They literally try and explain to him what to do on the hoverboard while he's on the hoverboard, which is the worst time to tell somebody how to operate a hoverboard. Don't let them get on and then be like, okay, now subtly. And so then this man, not knowing what to do, sort of moves his hips a little bit, and he just starts spinning. And you can go back and watch the clip. This man is screaming, ah, ah! But Trump took back his security detail, and it was just to be petty. It's just because he doesn't like John Bolton, and John Bolton doesn't like him, right? But it's one of the pettiest things I've seen from a government official, because all he's really doing, all Trump is really saying is like, hey, look, now that I'm back, I just want to make sure if you have any ops at all, that they have as little resistance as possible. Him pulling John Bolton's Secret Service detail is like if I uncalled 911 for somebody. Like they called 911 and I called right after, be like, hey, that last dude, he was just playing. Don't come. It's not a big deal. Don't come at all. I know he's like, oh, he has a knife or whatever, but don't come. He was just trolling. Even the executive order he signed renaming the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America. This is one thing that has to stop. It has to stop immediately because we cannot make it this hard on these kids. I remember when I was a kid. I remember when I was a child in school and they told me that Pluto was not a planet, but it was, but it wasn't, but it was, but it wasn't, and it is, but it isn't. And I failed every test where they asked me what Pluto was. I was like, there was one time where it was a fill-in. You had to describe the planets and you had to talk about what gases and everything the planet was made of and why we couldn't live on that planet, why Earth was perfect to live on. And when we got to Pluto, I didn't know what to say anymore because it had been a planet and then it wasn't a planet and then it had been a planet and it even changed like astrological signs or something like that. And so I was like, you know what? It's up there. How about that? Changing the Gulf. And then you even had publications like The Guardian being like, we're still going to call it the Gulf of Mexico, but we will call it Gulf of America for context in places where it seems fit, where the president is being quoted. I was like, it is or it isn't. No. Then you had Trump signing executive order, you had Trump pardoning everybody from January 6th. That's wild. You ever had somebody go to jail from your neighborhood? Maybe this is just too specific to me. But you ever had somebody go to jail from your neighborhood and you're like, I'm not a snitch, but thank God. Oh. There was this dude named LaDon, right? And I can say his name because he never gonna get out. But there was a dude I knew named LaDon, and I remember when he got locked up, I was like, oh no, don't. Like, see what I mean? Because you wanna show that solidarity, but the police were taking him. I was like, oh, how dare you, 5-0. I can't stand 12. LaDon, no. Oh, but LaDon was wild. He's like a proper criminal.
It's like, you know, because then his boys were wearing like free LaDon shirts, and I was just like, Anytime I saw one of them, I was like, oh no, I hope this doesn't have the support that I think it does. There was even one of his friends that wrote to the local, I think it was council person or something, trying to get him to look into it. And I'm not gonna lie, I low-key did like a John Bolton, and I also wrote to the local council. I was like, hey, he was just playing. LaDon need to be in there. Don't pay any attention to what he's saying. Like, he just kind of wilding right now. You know what it is? LaDon owe him $20, and he want the 20 back. He doesn't want him free. He should not be free. LaDon a bad person. LaDon was a bona fide monster. So now imagine LaDon go to jail. The hood is free. You've seen like homecoming parties for people when they get out of jail. I've never seen a party for somebody who just got arrested. Like, the people who felt like we finally had liberation were having a whole cookout off of this dude's charges. And then his boys with the shirt came to the barbecue. I'm like, are you happy or not? But now imagine LaDon locked up. We can finally rest easy. And then the president of the United States is like, actually, nah, LaDon, well, he not innocent, but I don't care. And now he's coming home. That's got to be what it feels like for some of these people. There were plenty of people, don't get me wrong, there were plenty people that were up there, did January 6th. They felt like the election had been stolen. They were sure that they had proof. They wanted to hang the vice president. They came in there with all the smoke, ready for all the juice. And then they get to go home too. This has to have been a wild experience if you are a J6er, because you were there. Remember when they pooped on the desk? They let them leave that day. They pooped on the desk that day, and then they were like, get out of here. And they were like, you right. And then they left. And they were very willing to be on camera. There were people interviewing each other about what they were doing. It's like, hey, Patriot, what are you doing? Oh, I'm tearing up Nancy Pelosi's office right now in protest of the election being stolen. This is me, James Atwood. I just made up a name, but they were saying their full names. And there was one dude that I'm pretty sure was trolling because he was literally getting people to say their address, and that felt insane. Like, I've never had to say my address out loud to somebody I didn't know. And then police come, and they're like, hey, get out of here. And then people left. And you saw them leave. You saw them leave different parts of the rotunda, everything, with smirks on their faces. And then over the course of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, started picking them up left and right. People started, hey, he was there. Oh, they're posting about it. It was on their social that they were there and what they did, right? Them pepper spraying, them throwing stuff at police, all that stuff. And then they start getting arrested. And they're like, what? But I thought, how could this be? How? And then they were sitting in jail. And then, before Trump left, they were like, surely he'll pardon us. And he was like, I'll see y'all in a bit. You know? Because there was a lot of like misunderstandings about who we could pardon and who we couldn't, and when people were charged and all this stuff like that. And then he becomes president again. This dude is now president again. And then he pardons them. And woof. Normally, I'm used to seeing a lot of people get out of jail through like innocence projects and stuff like that. People who did not do something. And then they're like, I never thought anyone would believe me. I thought I was going to sit in jail, and now I'm free. And they're nothing but grateful. They get out, they're hugging their families, they're crying and stuff. And that has not been the case with the J6. Everybody that got let out is very angry. They're so angry, and a lot of them have already tweeted, I'm buying a gun. And it's like, why would you tell anybody that? You were already caught on camera doing the thing, and now you're like, and now that I'm out, I've got a gun. okay, LaDon. Like, it's crazy too, because this dude signed that executive order for Doge, for the Department of Government Efficiency, that Elon is supposed to run. Which Elon's also had a week. Because Elon was supposed to run Doge, and he was supposed to really like get in there of what the budgets were, of who everyone was and everything, and he was going to reshape government in the image that he saw best fit him, his businesses, and his worldview, right? And then, I don't know how he did it, but he already like did something that Trump didn't like.
Of course he did.
Like it happened quickly because this dude was supposed to have an office that was near the Oval Office, right? And then one of Trump's, I think a cabinet member, but maybe it's an aide. I can't remember who it was, but they told Elon outright. They were like, "Hey, you're not gonna be around here." And in fact, you're not gonna talk to the president. You're gonna talk to me. Which is wild. Now, don't get me wrong, that person is also like a huge MAGA Trump Republican, but still, the fact that they felt the need to wedge themselves between Trump and Elon already speaks volumes, you know, because Elon, you know, was standing behind the presidential seal. And this is how you know that a lot of people are truly out of their minds. This dude did a Nazi salute that we then debated if it was a Nazi salute for like every day after, including the day of. And I don't know if you should be allowed to talk if you can't believe your eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are people that are like, that was not a Nazi salute. He was throwing his heart out to the crowd. I'm like, well, he has a weird pitch. You know what I mean? I always throw my heart like this. And he did it twice to make sure you knew what it was, which is pretty wild. One thing that I like about Elon, which is not many things, is that he always manages to quickly make the people that take up for him look super stupid. Like, really dumb. Because so many people had so many different things. They came to his defense. It was several things at once. It was like, guys, no, that was not a Nazi salute, okay? It was a Roman salute. I'm like, all right, you ever split a hair before? Apparently you don't know what that looks like. No, it wasn't a Roman salute. He has Asperger's. I know a lot of people with Asperger's. I know a lot of people that are on the spectrum. I know a lot of people with, you know, different types of autism on different parts of the spectrum. And when I've hung out with them, and they've needed to point, or they want to show me affection, you know what they never did? Anything that looked like that. It's pretty crazy. It's like 100% fundamentally insane that people would then, I don't know. Maybe there's some law I don't know about where if you are a news publication and you say someone did a Nazi salute and they didn't actually do a Nazi salute, that they'll like sue you into oblivion and you just won't exist anymore. But I feel like when you see it, you can say it. And the fact that so many notable publications were like, he did a thing that appeared to be, none of us have ever got the leeway that Elon got that day. If there was a video of me stealing out of a store, the headline would not read, Josh Johnson is holding something that appears to not be his in the form of a Best Buy electronic. You see how that works? You see how when you see something, you can say exactly what it is and the world won't shatter? I do think genuinely that if people call out what they saw, they might feel the need to do something about it. So rather than do any of that, let's sidestep it and just be like, look, maybe it would, but I don't know. Who knows? These do. Like, in what world do you not know? You saw it. And you know how you know you saw it? Because Nazis saw it. And you know who was excited about it? Was Nazis. They were very excited. And if they think they saw it, then what are you doing now? If they're very sure of what it was, what do you look like being so unsure? No, it was a Roman salute. No, he has Asperger's. No, he's just awkward and he gets excited. I'm awkward. I got a lot of problems. And you know what I've never done? But truly, that's like that's a thing that I watch happen. And then so many people are like, guys, he's anything but a Nazi. He's not a Nazi. He loves Jewish people. And then we pointed to tweets where people showed whole sick conspiracy theories against Jewish people and anti-Semitic rhetoric. And then he would comment under it, that's true. But somehow he's not a Nazi. And then for everyone who was still like on the fence or still hardcore, pro Elon, he's not a Nazi, y'all. He went ahead and did y'all a huge favor. He attended an AFD rally via satellite in Germany and told them, hey, you gotta let go of the past, y'all. We can't keep feeling bad about stuff that happens. The AFD, by the way, which is the most Naziest of the Nazi, it's like, no, you gotta be proud of your Germanness. These are all dog whistles, but you can hear it. You know, I hear you, dog. And then Trump signed this executive order that rolled back protections and acknowledgement of trans people, all right? And, I didn't do it. And the thing is, you know, if there's anything that I wish Trump would ban that had anything to do with gender, it would be gender reveals. They're getting genuinely dangerous. I watched a gender reveal where they had, because they're creative in the worst ways. Because then I watched this gender reveal where they had a blue plane and a pink plane, right? And both planes were flying at the couple, right? And then I guess whichever plane, I don't really know how it's supposed to work because both planes flying, so I don't know how we're gonna figure out what the baby is. You know what I mean? So then the pink plane veered off to the right and the blue plane kept straight. So I guess that meant it was a boy because they started celebrating, right? But they started celebrating without moving and the plane was still coming at them. And so it's not a big plane, but it's a little bigger than a toy plane, and it hit the husband in the face and chopped his head all up. Like he's alive, he's fine, but you could tell it hit him hard, and he trying to still celebrate, but he's clearly concussed. He's 100% concussed, just oh. Didn't even put a hand out or anything. I don't know who is like winning with this thing. You know, maybe if you're a tech billionaire, you're doing very well because he's going to push through to like lower regulations so that you can make things as fast as possible, even if those things need some guardrails because they might be potentially dangerous, whatever, you know. And if you really hate other people, then yes, you're having a good week. But for Americans, like specifically for us, I don't know what these things do. You know? Like I don't know what rolling back
what few protections there were for trans people does for me. I thought the election was about safety and eggs. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was like everyone was talking about eggs a lot. Like everybody was like really hitting those eggs. I didn't know eggs were everybody's favorite food. Like eggs. People weren't even talking about bread. They were talking specifically about eggs. I think a lot of people went to like Kroger or Walmart or something on the wrong day and they were like, hell no, eggs is my number one issue. I'm a one-issue voter and eggs is that vote. And so I don't know what any of this has to do with eggs, but it doesn't seem like we're getting there. You know? Even the language of the executive order was weird. The language of the executive order was like, you have to treat and address people as the sex that they were assigned at conception, which is not how, that's not how anything works. If it's conception, dude, if it's conception, when it happens, then there's no men. There would be no dudes. This is not a plan. Like this is terrifying. Don't be wrong. There are plenty of people who are scared, and there are plenty of people who don't know what to do next. And one thing I really want people to stop doing, and I'm not anybody's boss. You can do what you want. You can probably, whatever, screw me. But we're not like cooked. Don't do that thing. Don't give up immediately. Like there's a sort of rhetoric and an idea that like, oh, we're finished and this is it, and like there's nothing that can be done. It's like guys, no. But then you see people devastated, giving up very quickly. Oh man, we're ruined. We're so cooked. It's like I mean, if you believe that, then we are. Like if you earnestly believe that, then yes, absolutely. That's what cooked looks like, because cooked is done, and you like your steak raw. So, yeah, I mean, like day one we're cooked. That's also, that kind of made me furious. I'm not gonna lie. Not even like an armed resistance attacking people or something like that. Oh, we're cooked. It's like, you saw him with his pen. Like, I'm saying genuinely, people, please, if you feel anything, then you should openly speak it. One of the reasons that these things spread, why negativity spreads, why like the general pessimism towards movements spread, is because people let their doubt reign over everything, all of their discussion, all of their thinking. It's like, I'm not saying that I know exactly what to do about executive orders that he passed that I don't agree with. Those things are for the courts to hopefully fight, But I will say, for every person that I know that was affected by an executive order that he has, that I know is scared, I talk to that person. And I tell them, hey, I'm at least here. Now, I'm not the president, but I'm here for you, locally, right? That's how you build community. And that's how you keep people from being afraid. Because people don't know. They genuinely don't know that there are people that are willing to back them up. They have no idea, right? He signed an executive order that was supposed to take away birthright citizenship for people who were not already citizens, and to stop any confusion, it was going to be birthright citizenship starting now, right? Because if it was for all time, then like half of his cabinet, they wouldn't even know where to take them, put them. And then he started work on this thing that he'd been promising. And it was a thing that people didn't really think he was going to do, of like mass deportations. And so far, these are the numbers so far as I know them. Once again, I'm willing to be like fact checked. If I'm wrong. But this is from what I've read and from what I know, this is basically what has happened. They did some ICE raids in places like Chicago, and there were some in Texas too, Arizona, and like plenty of like sanctuary cities. That's ones that they were like targeting initially. I'm not sure why, because you would think in the red states that voted for this thing, they would want it first. Like that just seems like it's making nobody happy. And they rounded up some people and they went ahead and took off for Mexico.
And so then they take off from Mexico. We did it. We raided. We got some people. Gonna drop them off at Mexico because these are Mexican illegal immigrants, right? And so then FAA comes on and they're like, hey, don't land here. And I do think that nobody really thought that part through. I don't think people really thought. And then even when they let them land, they were like, don't let them off the plane. Just turn around. And they were like, all right, okay. We will be back though. We'll be back with more, right? Because I should be clear here that apparently from what I've read, just deporting these 80 people cost the taxpayer $700,000. So I do not know how we're gonna save any money. I don't know how this plan is gonna work. 80. There's supposedly 11 million undocumented immigrants in the US, right? 11 million, so 3.3% of the population, right? And we started with 80. If I owed somebody $11 million, and I told them, hey, I ain't got all that right now, but I do have this 80, I'm getting my ass beat. That's crazy. 80 and $700,000. I'm not in government. I'm not acting like I know how to fix a situation. I'm not acting like I know what to do about where we're at. But I will say this. If I know I got to spend $700,000 to get 80, this is just me. I'm not telling anybody else to do this. This is just me. This is what I would do if it were me and I knew $700,000 for 80. I would just tell those 80 people, listen, I'm gonna break you off some. Start a new life somewhere else. You get 1/80th of 700,000, right? And come back in like 6 months, all right? Because that's one thing that you will not hear. As this whole thing builds out, you will not hear about people coming over illegally. They're going to act like it's not happening. They're going to act like it's all going one way. They're denying everything. They're denying all of these legal ways to become a citizen, legal ways to gain citizenship, legal ways to get a card or just to be able to work in the U.S. They canceled a lot of appointments for people who were doing the right thing, right? And so my thing is just use your logic and pay attention to what is not being said over the next few months to several years, because they're not going to want to admit that these people are coming in still, even while they're making these efforts, because it will make them look even more desperate, even less efficient, you know? Because they told us before the election all of these incredible stories about how migrants were coming in. They were like, and look, I don't even know how they're doing it, but in Honduras and Guatemala, they're disassembling themselves, mailing themselves here, and then reassembling themselves, and then walking around amongst us. But now that they've supposedly shut down the border, they want us to believe that all of these illegal ways of entering have also just stopped. And that's not true. You're fighting a losing battle if it takes you $700,000 to send 80 people somewhere that says, hey, we're not... You know what I mean? That's one of the craziest things too. Is a deeply ironic thing that they did all this, sent the people over, and then the other countries were like, "Hey, those are American immigrants." No, that's crazy. No, and I think a lot of it. I think a lot of the tactics that have been taken and some of the logic that's been used on the news and everything is just is genuinely fear based. It's to rile you up. It's to make you feel afraid and everything. And even in the executive orders, 100 executive orders or so, and so many of them don't really say anything. They don't really do anything. You just sort of make a show of signing it. Because I'll be honest with you, I saw some of the raids that were taking place and some of the statements that people made and how they're taking things that were normally off the table, they're putting them back on so they can come in your church, they can come in your school. People are scared to go to places that felt safe and everything. And I will say I don't know exactly what to do. I'm not acting like I have any answers. I just don't know how possibly this is the road, like this is the tack to take, you know? Like, people will say things like, oh, they don't pay any taxes. It's like, don't they eat? Then didn't they pay the sales tax? Didn't they pay? And by the way, this not paying taxes thing, they get paid under the table by Americans, by the way. There's no job that they have that an American doesn't give them. And pay them under the table in cash. And probably pay them a little less than minimum wage. Probably pay them in even numbers. So what money could you possibly stand to gain? And I'm not saying the money doesn't exist, that it's not there, and that there shouldn't be a path to legal citizenship so that they can pay all the taxes that we all pay. I'm just saying that, like, are they each owing more than like $700,000 when you put 80 of them together? I don't know.
When I